Hi everyone, this is Lada from astrolada.com with your weekly horoscope for the week 7th of November till the 13th of November. And this week is gonna turn out to be pretty peaceful, to be honest, because there is no big planetary storms or clashes. It seems like the election week, because obviously it's the election week in the States, it's gonna go without huge accidents, without huge insurgencies or big kind of scandals of any sort, because the planets are kind of peaceful in the sky. And actually the week is starting around Tuesday and Wednesday with the Sun sextile Pluto. That's the only aspect that's happening throughout the whole week. And it will be active for a couple of days, Monday, Tuesday, I think that's even election day. And it kind of empowers people in power. Sun is people in power, and Pluto is an empowering planet, and it makes a gentle aspect to the Sun. And it's kind of, you know, and it's a harmonious aspect. It's not in a shocking way that, you know, all surprises us in some way, but it's kind of empowering. And not only that, but for people that are already in power, people with positions, with authority of some sort, which correspond to the Sun, male figures, strong figures as well, people that are bosses, people that have businesses of some sort, people that are in positions of authority. Again, as I said, Pluto will help them Monday and Tuesday to move ahead with their goals, to basically achieve whatever they want with more ease. Willpower will be involved, but kind of doors are opening in front of them. And if you want to kind of receive some favor from a person in power, from a boss, such people will be more auspiciously and beneficially predisposed around Monday and Tuesday, those 2 days, so you can approach such people. And the Sun naturally rules our own actions and goals, and when it's sextile with Pluto, it means that we can, you know, our own actions, goals, things that we're actively trying to achieve are kind of supported, might get support from unexpectedly, and gently can be supported by morally or financially by others, because Pluto rules the big collective, other people, other people's resources, whether they're emotional resources, whether they're emotional support, or whether they're material financial support, or some kind of skill or talent or advice that can come to us from others. You know, it's a gentle aspect. People that are in careers that are Plutonic will be supported the first part of the week. Plutonic careers are anyone in power, in banking, big money, anyone in positions of secrecy, anyone in positions connected with mining, with underground activities as well. I don't know, Pluto is kind of such a planet, but nothing out of the ordinary, nothing crazy, so to speak. And the Sun and Mercury continue to the end of the week to be in Scorpio, and as they've been for the last few weeks, especially Mercury the last couple of weeks. And this is when kind of secrets can escalate and come to the surface. It's been happening, like smear campaigns happening on the TV all the time, and because Scorpio is a secretive sign and the Sun illuminates the secrets, so anything kind of dirty, hidden comes to the surface, closet stuff and the information that's hidden comes to the surface with Mercury in Scorpio. So then people might be acting more underhandedly when planets are in Scorpio, like the Sun and Mercury. People are more prone to crisis, to extremes, to black and white, extreme opinions, positions, actions, and we definitely have been seeing this with the approaching of the elections. But even overall in a normal person's life, you can see just more exaggerated, extreme, emotional, more intense and exaggerated reactions in some way, more private, more hidden as well. In some sense, hidden information or private information, as I said. Reevaluation, going deep within, is also very active when the Sun and Mercury are in Scorpio, because Scorpio is an introverted sign that goes within, self-analyzes, and introspects a lot, and people generally seem to be, when Sun and Mercury is less gullible, less likely to be taken for fools, for someone to pull the wool over their eyes. So people, it's kind of awakening to some harsh and more extreme realities, or kind of more unpalatable realities, because Scorpio is kind of a darker sign and it comes to the surface, those kind of darker realities. But people are accepting them without kind of some big crisis happening. They're just accepting them in your life, or on a personal level, or on a global level. You're becoming aware of it, and it's just you're incorporating it. That's about the only aspect that's happening the whole week. The moon continues to grow in this week of November, so it's a very good time to start new beginnings, because the sun is, the moon, when the moon is growing and all the planets are moving direct, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, this is the rare opportunity that happens for rare times of the year. Sometimes, sometimes there are some years when no planets are direct, of those important 5 planets at the same time. So starting new initiatives during all planets direct is amazing, because these initiatives usually tend to work out according to your expectations. You don't have to go back and restart something, or you don't have to go and fix and change something in regards to your plan and be surprised. Getting married and matters all of such nature can be auspicious, or matters of starting new business, initiating new activities that you want to take to continue for a long time, auspicious currently. Even though they'll carry the energy of Scorpio, because the Sun and Mercury is in Scorpio, they'll be more intense, more bonding in a sense, more cathartic, and okay, so what else is happening? Oh yeah, Mars is going into Aquarius this week, guys, and it's gonna stay there till around the 20th of December, so about a month and a half. That happens once every 2.5 years. So wherever Mars goes, it kind of invigorates for about a month and a half that area of your life, makes it more crisis prone, but at the same time allows you to cope better with crisis situations, and to fix them, and to remove them, and to sort out problems in that area of your life, because you feel stronger, you feel invigorated there, and to prove yourself, almost like a soldier on a marching mission, to break through resistance, and to break through personal resistance or others' resistance there, and to bring new order, to bring new kind of renewal of that area, re-energizing of that area. So what does it mean? First, on the general level, Mars going in Aquarius means that energy overall around the world globally, for every person, will be more beneficial if energetic activities are focused or directed towards, and you'll see a surgence, reactivation of that over the next month and a half, in activities that are more global, in actions that concern the whole world, for example, in actions that are more international, in scientific, maybe some scientific breakthroughs can happen over the next month and a half. People that are involved in activities that are connected to big groups of people, organizations, groups belonging to clubs or anything, they definitely, such groups and organizations become more active, and everyone around the world might be a bit more active in getting with more people together, doing something together in a big group of people as well. And especially with the coming of Christmas, there will be a lot of more activity of that. And if you want to move forward with plans that are Aquarius based, Mars will help you break through those and fix lots of problems. And what are those? Intellectual work of any sort, work that is connected to big groups of people, to influencing big groups of people as well. Anything scientific, anything connected to networks, to big organizations, to markets, to complex systems of any sort as well, will have such people, or organizing, planning things and being very active in big companies, whether they're financial, because Aquarius rules big markets, and the financial stock markets, because it's a big interconnected network without a central stage, basically. So such people can benefit from Mars in Aquarius. And let's see first, Aries. for the Mars is in there gonna be for a month and a half in the 11th house. So for Aries, it indicates that for the next month and a half, if you're Aries sun or ascendant, you can benefit, and you will be putting your actions in more social activities. You'll be more involved with others, you'll be more active in pursuing social activities, because Mars in your 11th house, in pursuing fixing problems that are connected with groups and big groups of people and problems, and also being more active, more initiative, and more ambitious in regards to gains. So maybe really going there and following some long-term goal, which is the 11th house, some long-term dream and goal that you feel invigorated about and push through it with it, and to gain more reach to bigger groups of people, and you take active initiative in regards to such matters, so you can get connected on a bigger scale with bigger networks of people, and which will be also financially beneficial, or you just get more ambitious in regards to gains and finances and rewards to receive those. For Taurus, it's happening in the 10th house, so for a month and a half they have a unique opportunity starting from around Thursday for about a month and a half to have a breakthrough in regards to their career, to improve their reputation through lots of hard work. Though they might be much busy having to work to exert themselves physically in some way as well, in order to put extra work, extra hours of work, extra sweat in regards to some career matter, in regards to something to achieve more authority and recognition. But also they have to be careful for the next month and a half, Tauruses, from clashes with authority figures, father figures, bosses of some sort, because they'll be more demanding, more pushy. If they're the boss themselves, Mars will help them be more initiative in regards to their career and kind of fix lots of problems there and move forward. Okay, if it's Gemini, it's going to be in your 9th house. You can be more active in regards to matters of the next month and a half, starting from Thursday, in regards to matters connected to faraway places, foreign countries, foreign travels, higher education, pre-qualification, ideologies of any sorts, people that stand far away from you, as my teacher used to say, which are like mentors, people from different social groups, teachers, mentors, father figures. There might be some clash again of interest with such people, but also you can be very active in those areas, and kind of a person becomes much more opinionated in regards to their belief systems, and that can create some clash with others. But 9th house is your plans for the future, so Mars can now activate you to start acting in that direction in regards to becoming more ambitious and more focused in certain plans for the future. And Mars from another air sign, from Aquarius, is going to help and energize Gemini in a gentle way, not in a stressful way that upsets you, but in a way that feels uplifting, that feels like you're receiving the right support or the right dose of energy, so you don't blow off, and at the same time that you feel invigorated and inspired enough to act in regards to your long-term plans. For Cancer, Mars will be going through your 8th house, so it might require you to fix some sudden situations that arise in regards to situations of power struggles or control. 8th house, so might have to you have to fix some sudden situations that happen in regards to mutual resources and finances, in regards to taxes or inheritances. There might be more spending, because 8th house is a financial house, so there might be a little bit more spending that happens. Be careful, because Mars can a little bit, and it's up to Christmas, so maybe Cancer, being such a home sign, such family loving sign, might be the ones that spend more money for others, which is the 8th house, than normal, which can destabilize a little bit the finances, but also can make you be more active with others in regards to finances that are mutual, for example with clients' resources, or resources that you and your partners, to more actively pursue such resources or make some changes there or fix some problems there. As for Leos, it's happening in your 7th house. Mars will be going in your 7th house, like my moon is in Leo. So, and it's not going to be non-stop for a month and a half. Possibly you feel for about 1 week, when Mars is exactly opposite the degree of your sun, moon, or ascendant. But the energy and the focus of your activities will be a lot in that area of your life. So for Leos, it's going to be relationships. Others might be more challenging. Clients, for example, people that you communicate, people that your partners, business or personal partners, they might be more challenging. Some kind of crisis can arise there that you can use to stimulate you and make you achieve more, drive you to achieve more, or you can just get angry and react to it and create a power struggle or some argument with your partner, business partner, or clients. So it's advisable not to overreact when Mars is in the 7th house, because others tend to, and actually I've always noticed when Mars is in my 7th house, people tend to, or make in opposition to Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, which is the same. People that are angry for something, they tend to come out then and start writing emails or whatever. I feel a bit more attacked in some sort, and I've learned not to react, just to take it cool, to know this is gonna pass in a week. I'm not gonna react. It's just like the universe gathers the when you have this transit for those people that have something to oppose you, to say, to come out then and to act. But at the same time, this energizes me because it might be constructive, you know, it might be something that really tells me, okay, this really needs fixing, I should not do it like that, but just don't overreact on the moment. And also it can make you be more active in pursuing activities in partnership with another person, to be more competitive with others as well. Then for Virgos, it's going to be in your 6th house. Mars loves being in your 6th house, helps you deal with everyday problems and troubles, like fixing things at home, running errands, being more active for your physical exercise routines, being more proactive and more ambitious in regards to some exercise or health plans. In regards to work, it can bring you an extra load of work or duties and errands you have to run, or something you have to repair, to fix, which is the energy of the 11th house, Virgos. And you know, having to work more as well, but it's your Virgos, you know, the energy of the 6th house, you deal well with it. If anything, you'd feel so like, oh, I got so much done, I fixed so many issues of practical nature by the time Christmas comes, so you can then take it easy. And then for and some kind of conditions that are inflammatory might come up in regards to your health, but they'll be quick, they pass quick, you know, it's like sore throat or something that is inflammatory, because Mars is an inflammatory planet in the 6th house of health. You know, it can affect a little bit, like sudden onslaught of conditions that will also disappear quickly and suddenly, or to trigger some kind of a condition that is chronic, for example. Mars can trigger it again. Okay, and this is a sign for you to start doing some exercise. It's a sign for you to eat healthier, or to fix something in your routines and your regimes. Then for Libra, it's happening in your 5th house. Mars is going to be in your 5th house for a month and a half. Very invigorating, just like for Gemini. Gemini Libras benefit the most from Mars, because Mars is sending a gentle, easy aspect to Libras as well over the next 1.5 months. So it's going to give you more energy. At the same time, without stressing you out, because when too much Mars can make you stressed, out of time, rushing, aggravated, you know. But Mars, when it's gentle aspect, it just gives you enough energy to inspire you to act and to make you competitive enough without making you sore. It's great for doing any kind of sports, because 5th house is our hobbies and fun activities, and anything physical, we start enjoying it more. So if you wanna, if Libra, if you're Ascendant or Moon, you wanted to start some more active routines, for example, and enjoy them rather than do them because your back is hurting, or because you're putting on weight, or because, you know, something for health. Now is the time, something that you might turn into hobby that's more physical, that's more active. You know, even I remember when I had Mars transiting the 5th house the last time, I started playing squash, and I unfortunately just lasted for the month and a half or 2 months while Mars was in my 5th house, but still I'm sure that I enjoyed it a lot compared to other times when I don't enjoy stuff. So, and another level, 5th house, is your children. So there might be some tension coming there with your relationship with your children, but it's just gonna, you know, I don't think it's, maybe they might have some problem that they have to fix in their life. They might be more stroppy, more tantrum throwing, more demanding, or something in their life might require them to exert more willpower. But also 5th house is your own creative hobbies, or your own creative intelligence, and Mars there kind of makes you more active in that, can make you pursue such activities and even having fun, partying more voraciously and without careful consideration or consequences. But hey, that's Christmas season, why would you care? You know, go and be active. And fifth house is romance, so actively pursuing romance or some romantic attraction that comes to you that is more persistent, that is more sexual in nature of some sort, can also manifest. And then we have Scorpio. For Scorpio, Mars is going to be moving in your fourth house, which means you'll be in the next month and a half becoming extremely involved and busy in some way and having to fix problems with your family, something around your property. Maybe you'll be moving furniture around, or you'll be relocating, you know. Not every Scorpio will relocate, but you might have to fix something around the house, change something around the house, or change something in regards to the dynamic of the family. Family might be pressing a bit on your buttons, whether it's your family of origin or current family of people that you're living with. Might be sorry. And oh, sorry, Scorpio. And you might be feeling a little bit more emotionally reactive than other times, because it's a difficult aspect that Mars makes with Scorpio from the fourth house. So it's kind of, the fourth house is our feelings and how we react to things. And with Scorpio, with Mars there, we can tend to be more moody, more reactive emotionally, more restless emotionally, like you staying at home and you can't sit in one place, so you start arguments with people more easily, but it's a quick passing influence. You turn that energy, that passionate energy of Mars, or kind of frustrated, into getting something done for you, emotional well-being, for example, maybe having some, saying something that's been bothering you, for example, to family members or close people, or going and sorting something about the home, about the family. But it's more easier for someone to press your buttons than so don't overreact, but any matters of property, you have the energy and family and home to fix them, to improve them. For Sagittarius, Mars is going in your third house. Your daily activities become much busier. Third house is communications with people. It's kind of like there is an increase and speeding up of information, a flow that's happening till December. Sagittarius, it's almost like you have to be busy with short travels and trips every day, whether to the shops or whether to the center, whether to another town. It's kind of, there is lots more activity and movement. Third house is movement and Mars is speed, so it increases. Your mind becomes much faster. Maybe you might have even a bit hard time falling asleep at night because your mind is working overdrive, or there's like lots of people calling you, lots of it's kind of like a demand to sort out papers, information, administrative tasks, marketing, managing, organizing of any sort. But people that are in such careers with marketing, managing, organizing, administrative careers can be very active and get lots of things done. Also, you can be very active and proactive in regards to tackling difficult tasks like learning new skills. So great time, Sagittarius, to put your efforts, and Mars makes you more disciplined in regards to learning new skills, acquiring new, creating new contacts as well. But at the same time, just be careful, because people from your nearby environment, like friends and relatives and neighbors and co-workers, teammates, playmates, might be a little bit more opinionated. They might be challenging you more. There might be some clash with words, but at the same time you can do, it might be a bit hard to cooperate with such people, but you might have to work hard on some project together with some people and put energy together with them. So, you know, you have to balance it out somehow. Then we have Capricorn. Mars is going to be in your second house, so be careful not to destabilize your finances. Because Mars tends to spend money when it's in the second house, or can bring sudden expenses to us that we have to deal with. But at the same time, the good news is that something we can break, something valuable. You can steal, something can be stolen or broken or lost or something, or damaged, which is valuable, because it's Mars. It's kind of has a bit of a negative nature, you know, the small malefic. But on the positive side, Mars in the second house invigorates you, makes you more competitive in regards to acquiring valuable things, going after valuable things. For one person, valuable things might be books. For another, it might be knowledge. For a third person, might be valuable things, might be material and money things. Security as well, to pursue actively security and to And even to be uncompromising in some sort. So you're having some material goal you have to fulfill. Mars goes in the second house. You go after it and you don't stop. But you just be careful of those expenses that tend to appear. And then we have Aquarius, of course. Mars is going into your own sign, Aquarius. I'm Aquarius ascendant, so Mars will be passing my ascendant. It's going to be in the 7th house from my moon, but in the 1st house from my ascendant. And definitely this can make us more ambitious during the next month. If you've been feeling a bit more lethargic over the past month and a half, well, Mars was in Capricorn. Now when it enters our signs, and especially when it's transiting exactly the degree of your ascendant Sun or moon, for some of you might be immediately from next week. Early born Aquarius ascendant Sun or moon, for others might be towards Christmas, you know. You would feel more energized, you would feel more driven, more easy to anger as well. So it's very good time to do some physical exercise to focus. If you don't have some important projects, which Mars can really help you break through and push it through and move it forward, and get invigorated and ambitious to get it down and push for that projects, and kind of almost like a commander of an army to organize everything, to strategize and to move things ahead. But if you don't have some projects to do, which usually Mars can bring you one such, then like with military precision you can fulfill it. But then if you don't have such a project, then you might feel just more frustrated, this bubbling out with energy. So great advice, start working out. Focus, channel that energy in the physical body, the 1st house. Otherwise, some small accidents can happen, some frustrations can happen. Be careful, like cutting yourself or burning yourself or kind of, you know, twisting something. Because the 1st house, whether it's Sun, Moon or Ascendant, they all are connected to the body, to the physical health. But otherwise, great time for starting new things, initiating new things. I personally, as an Ascendant in Aquarius, over the last month and a half, I had a lot of work to do still. But because Mars was in my 12th house from the ascendant, I kind of didn't feel as motivated enough or driven or ambitious enough. And I was working on certain projects and I would kind of push, but not enough. And I would wait for people to ask for when things will be ready. And instead of me pushing those projects fast. And now when Mars goes on into the ascendant, believe me, I'll be like bam, bam, bam. You know, it helps for such things. Okay, and you might have more blood pressure higher, Mars increases, you know, the heat in the body, and such kind of heated or inflammable conditions, whether it's going to be, you know, heartburn or whether it's going to be just higher blood pressure or something. It just Mars speeds up the blood in the body. And sometimes it can even, you can get like some inflammatory condition that comes on the physical body. Okay, so then we have Pisces, and that's the last sign. Mars will be for a month and a half in your 12th house, Pisces, which is like I gave an example for Aquarius. Well, Mars, I'm an Aquarius ascendant. When Mars was in the 12th house, I still had a lot of work to do, but it was more like a preparatory work behind the stage, behind the scenes. So you're not so much in the public eye, and Mars is action, you know, Mars is activity. And you either might feel less motivated for those actions, so you might kind of not push as much as necessary, but it's okay. Like, don't pressure yourself. Mars is in an invisible house. Mars is completing a 2.5 cycle in your life. You might be wrapping up some projects started in some time over the next 2.5 years, for example, evaluating where is the right time for the next month and a half to be evaluating, while Mars is in your 12th house, what is worth for you to put all your energy and efforts and what is not worth it. So because when you evaluate that, you can't decide after Mars goes into a sign not to anymore waste energy in directions that are no longer necessary. But you might feel like it can be good for example, traveling, coping with issues that are more hidden, more private, more personal. It might be good might bring some expenses as well, because the 12th house is considered house of expenses, and Mars is a more rush planet there. It can also kind of a little bit decrease your energy, or your energy can be put again, as I said, either in helping others, something that doesn't come back to you, is with a benefit to you, more like charitable actions, or it can be put into activities that are more private, more hidden, more preparatory of some sort. So thank you so much, everyone, and I will see you next month. And don't forget to check out my courses, all the courses, and come to join me on the 27th of November for the Rahu and Ketu webinar, which is a rare one. It's, you know, hopefully you'd enjoy that one.